you leave, Levon stays. To this day, he's still up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Garth's still up there.
Yeah, and Garth as well. But of course, throughout the '70s, music was changing. Your music starts to change. And you're doing Cahoots, you're doing Islands, etc. And then, of course, you decide to call it quits. And you have something maybe the greatest, many people consider to be the greatest rock documentary of all time. Get together with Martin Scorsese, who we mentioned before, and we have The Last Waltz. A little overview, your thoughts today when you look back on The Last Waltz and what that meant, not just to the band, but to rock and roll history.
You know, it was a particular idea that I had at the time. In the culture at that time, there was a lot of hard living,
Yeah.
and things were becoming very sketchy, and everybody we knew, that like the drug culture had built to a place, and some people could take it or leave it, and other people, you know, would take it and didn't know how to leave it.
Right.
And so it was, and within the band, we had some serious problems, and we couldn't take it out into the world anymore. So I was trying to figure out, how do we turn this inside out and get back to doing what we do best? So I said, why don't we bring this chapter to a conclusion? Why don't we do this? We're not going on the road anymore. We're not able to go on the road anymore at this point. Why don't we bring this to a conclusion? And then we can go off like we did before, get in a huddle, figure out how to really take care of one another, how to understand what's happening to us, and write and close off the world and do some great music. That was more thrilling than anything. Playing Watkins Glen, making that music, taking something out of the air that didn't exist and making it exist and sending it out into the world and it making a difference. There was like an extraordinary gratification in that. So I said, let's do that. And let's have an incredible celebration of taking out the old and bringing in the new. So everybody said, you know, everybody was kind of relieved because we couldn't keep going around on this merry-go-round anymore. And so everybody said, yeah, okay, feeling that. So anyway, I was the one that was a movie buff, and I was connected to that world for a long time. And not because I wanted to do that, I just admired. It would be like admiring an artist or something, you know, it's that kind of thing. And so, with my connection to film, I said, well, we've got to get a great guy to direct this. I understand it from a music point of view. I know who we would like to have there. I know what we would like to do on that end. But I need that visionary on that end. And so, studying movies and everything at that time, I thought that Martin Scorsese had something. I could sense he had an understanding and a depth in his musical connection that I couldn't see anywhere else. And a lot of people did some very interesting things, but this was a different thing to me, and I feel it and I recognized it. So I met with him at that time, and I'd met him once before after he did the Mean Streets. But I met with him, and he was in the middle of shooting a movie then, and I told him about what I wanted to do, and this was like it's around this time of year, right now, and we were going to do this on Thanksgiving. So we didn't have a lot of time to put together all of the ideas that needed to be put together. So I told him about it, and he said, oh my God, he said, it's impossible for me not to do this. He said, but we have a problem. When you're making a movie, you're not allowed to go off and make another movie in the middle of making that movie. that's like not allowed. You know, the studios and the producers really don't care for that at all. So he said, we're going to have to actually do this. Because I said I want to do it at Thanksgiving. I just think it's a nice gesture at Thanksgiving. All of this thing just feels right. So he said, what we're going to have to do is at Thanksgiving, we're going to have to make like, oh, we're going off to have some turkey, and we'll be back after the weekend, and we're going to go make a movie. And nobody can know about this. We've got to do this, or I'll get in big trouble. So we had to put all of our ideas together, like in the dark, you know, when nobody was looking and everything, and we did, and called everybody, and put all of that stuff together, and it's called the stars were aligned, because there was so much that could have gone wrong in doing that. So technically, so much. It was the first documentary, music documentary I ever shot 35 millimeter. And they were like, these cameras will not last the length of, they're meant to do a take, you know, you recharge, you change the film, you do this. They're not meant to run for hours and hours at a time. And the whole event that night went on for like 5 hours. So the cinematographers and the DP on that, Michael Chapman, who was the DP on Raging Bull and Taxi Driver, he was the only one brave enough to take this on. Laszlo Kovacs was going to be the DP, and he just said, "Oh, this is I can't do it." And Michael Chapman was just crazy, and nothing there. So anyway, they pulled in all these other cinematographers and everything to actually operate their cameras and all of that, and they said, I don't know what's going to happen, because these cameras are going to start dying in the thing, and I don't know what we're going to do. So it was like, well, we're just going to have to do our best. And in the show, when we were doing it, things happened, lights blew out, you know, I mean, stuff just, you know, it was just like big disasters, and it looked fantastic. How did you do that? How did you know to do that? And it was just like the saints were, you know, were on our side or something. But the whole thing and that whole experience, doing the concert and then doing the stories of the road, and we did these 3 songs on an MGM soundstage where we did all those classic musicals, because in doing it, Martin Scorsese couldn't do this thing he does so well, in moving the camera. He is brilliant at just the way the camera captures things and the way he moves the camera. So I felt, so I wrote the theme from The Last Waltz, and during the concert we didn't get a chance, because all of the music in there was like everybody represented something, you know, Muddy Waters, Chicago Blues, Eric Clapton, British Blues, Van Morrison, you know, singer-songwriter thing, the Canadians, Neil and Joni, everybody, you know, Neil Diamond, Tim Panally, you know, Dr. John New Orleans, you know, everybody was, and I didn't get to represent gospel music or country music. We just didn't get anybody to do that. And so to have Emmylou Harris do this song, I Lord Evangeline, and to have the Staple Singers, who were the first people to record the Wait, that I knew of anyway, after we did it. And we were like major Staple Singers, admirers early on, the way that their harmonies did, and they would lap over one another. There were things that, you know, that we really felt connection to them. And so to be able to do those things, and it just kind of evened out these other elements that we weren't able to get on, you know, just on the fly, of everything being take one, you know. So anyway, it just all rounded out into something that nobody had ever done anything quite like that before. And having Martin Scorsese in it. And I'm surprised, though, that in the time span from then to now, I am surprised that in all these years, somebody hasn't come along and done, a version of music. And one of the things too, a real strong point in this is, so after I convinced Marty to do this, and we started talking about ideas and everything, and I said, there's something I've really got to share with you in this, is I hate music documentaries. so he was like, and he worked on Woodstock.
That's right.
And he worked on others, and I said, I just don't like them. I like a real movie experience in this. And as I was talking, all of a sudden, a glow came over him, like, whoa, we're going to really be able to up the ante here. And that's when he said, then we got to do this at 35. And we've got to like this thing, and we've got to get Boris Levin, who was the set director on, like, giant and incredible movies, Breakfast at Tiffany's and stuff. We're going to have him help us figure out the thing. We got to have these people. That's what's going to make it big. So all those things ended up making a big difference. But I'm surprised that nobody's come along and really just taken it to another place. And I have like some. I like stuff making sense. When I saw that.
But you stayed with film. You